Hello everyone and welcome to Medford Anywhere Learning TV. We're glad you're tuned in. We want to give a shout out to our friends at Southern Oregon PBS, KTVL, KDRV, and the Dove Network. Thank you for hosting us on your station. In the Medford School District, we have one shared vision, and that we believe that all are learning, and learning is for all. And what better place to do that than right here on Medford Anywhere Learning TV.
Hi, my name is Melissa Cellini. I'm a first grade teacher at Washignton Elementary School, and today's learning target is I can describe the connection between two individuals, events, ideas, or pieces of information in a text. I'm so excited to get started reading with you. Today we are going to read Stella Luna and compare and contrast the characters that are inside this book. Let's go ahead and get started. Think about the characters that are inside this story. In a warm and sultry forest far, far away, there once lived a mother fruit bat and her new baby. Oh, how Mother Bat loved her soft, tiny baby. "I'll name you Stella Luna," she crooned. Each night, Mother Bat would carry Stella Luna clutched to her breast as she flew out to search for food. One night, as Mother Bat followed the heavy scent of ripe fruit, an owl spied on her. On silent wings, the powerful bird swooped down upon the bats. Dodging and shrieking, Mother Bat tried to escape, but the owl struck again and again, knocking Stella Luna into the air. Her baby wings were as limp and useless as wet paper. Down, down she went, faster and faster, into the forest below. The dark leafy tangle of branches caught Stella Luna as she fell. One twig was small enough for Stella Luna's tiny feet. Wrapping her wings around her, she clutched the thin branch, trembling with cold and fear. "Mother," Stella Luna squeaked, "where are you?" I wonder, how did little Stella Luna feel when this happened? Do you think she felt scared? Do you think she felt cold, maybe worried? Let's continue reading and see how she felt. By daybreak, the baby bat could hold on no longer. Down, down again she dropped. Flump! Stella Luna landed headfirst in a soft, downy nest, startling the 3 baby birds who lived there. Stella Luna quickly clambered from the nest and hung out of sight below it. She listened to the babble of the 3 birds. "What was that?" cried Flap. "I don't know, but it's hanging by its feet," chirped Flitter. "Shh! Here comes Mama," hissed Pip. Many, many times that day, Mama Bird flew away, always returning with food for her babies. Stella Luna was terribly hungry, but not for the crawly things Mama Bird brought. Finally, though, the little bat could bear it no longer. She climbed into the nest, closed her eyes, and opened her mouth. Plop! In dropped a big green grasshopper. Stella Luna learned to be like the birds. She stayed awake all day and slept all night. She ate bugs even though they tasted awful. Her bat ways were quickly disappearing, except for one thing. Stella Luna still liked to sleep hanging by her feet. Once, when Mama was away, the curious baby birds decided to try it too. When Mama Bird came home, she saw 8 tiny feet gripping the edge of the nest. Now, do you think that baby birds are supposed to hang by their feet? Or is that what bats do? Let's think about that as we keep reading. "Eek!" she cried. "Get back up here this instant. You're going to fall and break your necks." I don't think she was too happy. The birds clambered back into the nest, but Mama Bird stopped Stella Luna. "You are teaching my children to do bad things. I will not let you back into this nest unless you promise to obey all the rules of this house." Stella Luna promised. She ate bugs without making faces. She slept in the nest at night, and she didn't hang by her feet. Stella Luna behaved as a good bird should. Now, are those things that birds are supposed to do, or are those things that bats are supposed to do? And why do you think Stella Luna was behaving like a bird? I want you to think about that just a little bit more as we keep reading. All the babies grew up quickly, and soon the nest became crowded. Mama Bird told them it was time to learn to fly. One by one, Pip, Flitter, Flap, and Stellaluna jumped from the nest. Their wings worked. I'm just like them, thought Stellaluna. I can fly too. Pip, Flitter, and Flap landed gracefully on a branch, and Stellaluna tried to do the same. How embarrassing. Doesn't look like she landed quite like them. I will fly all day, Stellaluna told herself. Then no one will see how clumsy I am. The next day, Pip, Flitter, Flap, and Stellaluna went flying far from home. They flew for hours, exercising their new wings. The sun is setting, warned Flitter. We'd better go home or we will get lost in the dark, said Flap. But Stellaluna had flown far ahead and was nowhere to be seen. The three anxious birds went home without her. All alone, Stellaluna flew and flew until her wings ached and she dropped into a tree. I promised not to hang by my feet, Stellaluna sighed, so she hung by her thumbs and soon fell asleep. She didn't hear the soft sound of wings coming near her. So here she's trying to sleep like how a bird would sleep. She's hanging by her thumbs instead of her feet. Hey, a loud voice said, why are you hanging upside down? Stellaluna's eyes opened wide. She saw the most peculiar face. I'm not upside down, you are, Stellaluna said. Ah, but you're a bat. Bats hang by their feet. You are hanging by your thumbs, so that makes you upside down, the creature said. I'm a bat. I am hanging by my feet. That makes me right side up. Stellaluna was confused. Mama Bird told me I was upside down. She said I was wrong. Wrong for a bird, maybe, but not for a bat. More bats gathered around to see the strange young bat who behaved like a bird. Stellaluna told them her story. You ate bugs? Stuttered one. You slept at night? Gasped another. How very strange, they all murmured. Wait, let me look at this child. A bat pushed through the crowd. Who do you think this bat pushing through the crowd might be? They're all wondering why she's behaving like a bird, but there's another bat coming to see who this bat is. Let's find out. An owl attacked you? She asked. Sniffing Stellaluna's fur, she whispered, You are Stellaluna. You are my baby. You escaped the owl, cried Stellaluna. You survived? Yes, said Mother Bat as she wrapped her wings around Stellaluna. Come with me and I'll show you where to find the most delicious fruit. You will never have to eat another bug as long as you live. So here's Mother Bat and Stellaluna reuniting. Now, when you think about what birds eat and what bats eat, are bats supposed to eat bugs? Or are they supposed to eat fruit? It sounds like Mother Bat is going to show Stellaluna some fruit. So let's see what kind of food they like to eat. But it's nighttime, Stellaluna squeaked. We can't fly in the dark or we will crash into trees. We're bats, said Mother Bat. We can see in darkness. Come with us. Stellaluna was afraid, but she let go of the tree and dropped into the deep blue sky. Stellaluna could see. She felt as though rays of light shone from her eyes. She was able to see everything in her bath. So she's finding out she can see in the dark. Soon the bats found a mango tree and Stellaluna ate as much of the fruit as she could hold. I'll never eat another bug as long as I live, cheered Stellaluna as she stuffed herself full. I must tell Pip, Flitter, and Flap. She looks very happy. The next day, Stellaluna went to visit the birds. Come with me and meet my bat family, said Stellaluna. Okay, let's go, agreed Pip. They hang by their feet and they fly at night and they eat the best food in the world, Stellaluna explained to the birds on the way. As the birds flew among the bats, Flap said, I feel upside down here. So the birds hung by their feet. Wait until dark, Stellaluna said excitedly. We will fly at night. Uh-oh. Do you think that birds are supposed to fly at night or hang upside down by their feet? I think Stellaluna is trying to have them act like bats. What do you think? Let's find out. When night came, Stellaluna flew away. Pip, Flitter, and Flap leaped from the tree to follow her. I can't see a thing, yelled Pip. Neither can I, howled Flitter. Ah! Shrieked Flap. Uh-oh. They're going to crash, gasped Stellaluna. I must rescue them. Stellaluna swooped about, grabbing her friends in the air. She lifted them to a tree, and the birds grasped a branch. Stellaluna hung from the limb above them. Looks like Stellaluna saved the day. We're safe, said Stellaluna. Then she sighed. I wish you could see in the dark, too. We wish you could land on your feet, Flitter replied. Pip and Flap nodded. They perched in silence for a long time. How can we be so different and feel so much alike? Mused Flitter. And how can we feel so different and be so much alike? Wondered Pip. I think this is quite a mystery, Flap chirped. I agree, said Stellaluna. But we're friends, and that's a fact. Okay. Thank you for reading this story with me. Now I would like to talk about the differences between bats and birds, and let's see what we remember from the story. Okay, friends, so as we read Stellaluna, I asked you to think about the characters of birds and bats and to see what was the same and what might have been a little bit different. So today we're going to use a Venn diagram. This Venn diagram is going to help us compare and contrast the similarities and differences between these two characters. So the first one I want to talk about is bats. The way a Venn diagram works is we have bats on this side and we have birds on this side. We're going to talk about the differences here, and then in the middle, we're going to talk about both and how they are the same. So first, let's save the best part for last. Let's talk about how they're different first. So when we read this story, bats were talked about in the story, and we had one main character who was our bat friend in the story. Do you remember what the bat's name was? Stellaluna, you're right. So I'm going to write Stellaluna's name here because she was our main bat friend that we learned about. Stellaluna. Now, we also had a couple bird friends that we read about in the story. Do you remember what those birds' names were? I'll give you a second to think about it. Do you remember? Yes, it was Pip, Flitter, and Flap. Those were the three little birds that Stellaluna became friends with in the nest when she fell into it in the beginning of the story. Good job. Now, another difference between bats and birds is they sleep at different times. Do you remember when bats sleep and when birds sleep? Give you a second to think about it. If you remember that bats sleep during the day, you got it. So we can write here that bats sleep during the day. So bats sleep during the day, which means birds sleep at night. Okay, so we know that bats sleep during the day and birds sleep at night. Now, what types of food do they eat? Do they eat the same types of foods or do they eat different types of foods? What do you think? Different. You're right. They eat different types of foods because they're different types of animals. So bats like to eat fruit. They don't like to eat the bugs like the icky green grasshopper that Stellaluna had to eat. She did not like it. So we're going to write that bats like to eat fruit. Which means that birds like to eat bugs. All right, we are almost done with our Venn diagram. We're doing a really great job. So I put bats in green and I put birds in blue because they're different. But the thing that's the same about both of them is going to be in the middle, and I'm going to write them both in purple to show that they are the same. So what do both bats and birds do that is the same? Does anybody know? They fly. Both birds and bats can fly. Now, we know that because we can see them flying in the air. Another thing that we know about birds and bats is they both sleep. They sleep at different times, but they both sleep. Another thing that they both do is they both eat. They have to eat and drink. That's just what animals do. That's what they need to survive. So we can write for both of these that they both eat. Okay? All right, we finished our Venn diagram. Yay, you guys did a great job. We have bats here, birds here, both in the middle. We were able to successfully compare and contrast these two types of characters in our story. We know their names, Stella Luna as the bat and Pip, Flitter, and Flap as the birds. Great job, friends. Great job on that Venn diagram. Now we're going to take a look at the bat life cycle. The bat has different stages of life, and we're going to learn about them. So the first stage of the bat life cycle is called a pup. What's it called? A pup. That's right. So a bat pup is born. Mother bats usually have only one pup. So that means a bat mother will usually just have one baby. After this stage of life, bats move on to here. It says pups spend time together in a nursery while their mothers are hunting. Mothers of baby bats have to search for food for their young. So while the mothers are hunting for their food for their pups, the pups will spend time together here. After this stage of life, they'll go to here. It says pups cling to their mother while she flies to roost. The pup cannot fly on its own until it is 2 to 3 months old. So the pup has to grow a little bit before it's ready to fly. The last stage of the bat life cycle is here, when a bat is an adult. It says a bat is an adult when it is around 1 year old. Now, can you imagine only being 1 year old and being considered an adult? It's so different from being a human, but bats are super interesting. So now that we learned a little bit about the bat life cycle, we're going to do a fun activity. For this activity, we're going to use this really cool bat dice. This dice is going to be rolled by myself, and then it's going to land on a word. These are going to be the words that we practice writing. They're words that we read in the story, and it's a good way for us to remember some of the words that we learned about bats and words that we can use to describe bats, okay? So go ahead and get your pencil or pen ready, and we're going to practice writing these words. So I'm going to roll it, and then let's see what our first word is. Brown. Our first word is brown. So we're going to practice writing the word brown. Make sure you're using lowercase letters. Brown. Good job. Let's go ahead and do a couple more of these words and learn about them. We got the word bat. Bat. We're going to write the word bat. A bat, like Stella Luna, likes to fly at night. All right, let's do another one. We got brown again. Brown is a color. It is also a way to describe the color of a bat. And it's really good practice, friends, to write the word more than once. So we're going to practice writing it 2 times here. Every time we roll it, we're going to practice it. We got the word bat again. Like I just said, it's really good to practice writing the words more than once. Okay? Night. We got the word night. Night. This one's a little bit harder. Bats like to fly at night. All right, let's try it again. Black. We got the word black. Black is a color. It is also a great way to describe the color of a bat or a bird. Black. Let's do it again. We got the word pup. Pup. A pup is a baby bat. Pup. All right, let's try it again. Oops. We got pup again. Pup. It's a very, very cool name for a baby bat. Not to be mistaken with a dog or anything. All right, we got one more. Wing. We got the word wing. Bats have wings and birds have wings. Wing. As we do this activity, it's really good to practice writing the words more than once, so it's okay if you write the words 2, 3, 4, or even 5 times. It's good practice for writing and for spelling. So you did a great job today. Thank you for doing that activity with me. Thank you so much for joining me today on Medford Anywhere Learning TV. It was a pleasure to do this lesson with you. You guys did a great job, and I can't wait to see you next time. Have a great day. Stay safe and healthy.
Thanks for tuning in to Medford Anywhere Learning TV. Medford School District is a place where all are learning, and learning is for all.
Miss Rose, I miss you a bunch. I hope that this virus stops so I can see you more. Miss you.
I wanted to say hi to Miss Jossie's class and all my friends at Jacksonville, and I miss you. Bye.
Hello, my name is Christian Chavez, and I go to KUA's charter school, and I want to give a huge shout out to Miss Kay Derrickson. She is highly respected with my family and I, and I just wanted to let her know that she is super important to me because she helps me with my education, and I hope she stays safe.
Mr. Smith, I love you.
Thank you, Mrs. Pardo and Mrs. Manili. We miss you and love you. Bye.
I appreciate Mrs. Valois because she's very hardworking, easy to talk to, and loving and understanding to all her students.
Thank you for all your hard work, Mrs. Beard. I miss you. Thank you, Miss Yanker, for everything you do. I miss you.
Hi, Mr. Rumry and Senora Winechild. Thank you for all you've done for me.
Hi, Mrs. N. I'm making you a cat because I miss you so much.
I hate being on camera, but I wanted to let my teachers know how much I love them and how much I miss them. Thank you guys for being the best and the greatest. Thank you so much for teaching me.
Hi, my name is Natalia and I go to Lone Pine School. My teachers are Miss Southmead and Miss LaBelle. I want to thank them for always supporting me, even through this hard time with coronavirus and doing Zoom calls to teach each other every Wednesday. I just want to thank you, Miss S and Miss L. And thank you all teachers. I appreciate you. Bye.
The teacher that I am thankful for is Mrs. Fowler. She's always very caring and pushes me to my limits and is always smiling.
You're the best teacher ever, Mr. Mickelson. I miss you.
Hi, my name is Taylor, and I go to Abraham Lincoln Elementary, and my teacher is Mr. Allman, and I miss all my friends.
Hi, Mrs. Abbott. Thanks for being my teacher. I really, really miss you.
Mrs. Carson, I thank you for everything that you do. I miss you. Thank you.
Thomas, and I miss you a lot. I can't wait to see you. Bye.
Hi, Miss Alderman. I appreciate you because you work so hard for our class to take care of us. And I miss you.
Say hi, Miss Thompson, for being my teacher!
Hey, South Medford teachers. I just want to say thank you from me to you for mainly these last 3 years. You guys have taught me so much and really helped me make the person that I am today. And you guys have been so gracious and lenient and just all around good teachers, and you're dedicated to your students. So if you've had me as a student, I just want to say personally thank you so much, and for always taking the time to teach me and explain things and answer my millions of questions. And also, even now in quarantine, you guys are still dedicated to your students and you're still working hard to teach us. And I just want to say thank you, and I hope you guys are doing good.
I'm thankful for Miss Blessy at Roosevelt School. She's the best.
Hi, Mr. Barbie, thank you. I'd like to say hi to all my 6th grade teachers, Mr. Franklin, Miss Banky, and Miss Cabot.
Thank you, Mrs. Stratton.
Thanks, Miss Murphy at Hoover Elementary. We miss you.
Hey, Miss Dode. I love being in your class. I miss you. Go Beavers.
Go, Mrs. Dustin.
Hey, Team 72 teachers. Thanks for being so great. I miss you. Go Bulldogs.
Hey, just wanted to give a shout out to Miss Mia's class at Jacksonville Elementary. And a hi to all of the students, staff, and teachers. I miss you. Bye.
Hello, I am Malachi. I go to Lone Pine School. My teacher is Mrs. Mock, and I want to thank her so much for helping me out on math problems, reading problems, my writing, and all of my school stuff. Even though we're farther away and we can't talk to each other more, she's still been helping me out a lot. Well, thank you, Miss Mock. Bye.
I love you, Mrs. Fieldtime, so much because you're so kind and nice.
Thank you, Ms. Quill and Mr. Weinberg, for teaching me in the short year that we have you. Hi, Mr. Vasquez.
Schmidt, I really miss you. I hope you have a good day with your girls today. I hope that we can go to school together soon.
Hi, Mrs. Joy. Thank you for all the hard work that you've done to keep us going on a school walk. You're a really good teacher. I miss you.
Hi, Mrs. Bennett. I love you. I'm so glad you're my teacher this year. And I hope you're doing good. Bye.
Oh, I've loved all my teachers from kindergarten to 4th grade.
They've taught us just to be passionate, and they're super passionate about what they're doing. I don't think it would be possible for them to have the job if they weren't passionate about it.
Well, they definitely show a big role model, especially in elementary school when it's a lot easier to be molded.
If you do good, you get treats sometimes, like candy and stuff like that, and they're really nice.
I always like to teach her with a lot of high energy and but hands-on too, because I'm more of a hands-on learner.
We learn a lot at school, and so every day I come home knowing a lot more than I did.
She's always been so intrigued with my life stories, and she's told me a couple stories of her own, and how she's gone through a lot of stuff to get where she's at right now, and once you hear that, it's a big inspiration to not you, but just everybody else around you.
I would like to say that I've liked all of my teachers so far. Not a single one I haven't liked. They're all involved in all the students. Even Mrs. Feely, who had 2 different grade levels in one class.
They work hard, and that's something that is lost in this day and age, and I just respect what they do.
I wouldn't be interested in biology or horticulture 2 years ago, and their passion influences their students to just go and take that career path.
Thank you, Medford School District teachers.
Thank you to all the Medford School District's wonderful teachers.
You do a really great job at everything you do.
Thank you to all the hardworking Medford District teachers. Your work is very much appreciated to everyone in the school.
You've changed my life, and thank you for the experience.
My name is Lisa Rollman. I am a Title I specialist here at Howard. This is the zone. Welcome. Students are welcome to come into the zone either scheduled or unscheduled. Some kids will come when their lid is flipped and they just need to find a space to calm down and get their lid on. Their nervous system needs to regulate. Some kids will come in when their nervous system is pretty regulated, but they need to maintain regulation. And so if their lid is flipped, they're going to go to one of the calming spaces. If they're ready to relate and reason, their lid is on, then they're going to come over here and do the mood meter. Bryce, how are you feeling right now? Why don't we do you as an example? Let's remind him, what do we work on? Pleasantness, energy, mood, emotion.
Pleasantness is a +5.
And that is the x-axis, right? +5 on the x-axis.
And my energy is a -1.
Energy is a -1. That's the y-axis. He landed right here again. So they come to this table to really name their emotion. Think about how that's working for them. How is that working for other people? How are they expressing it? Decide if they want to shift or stay. And then they would pick a strategy, right? And they all kind of know what strategies work for them. Max is doing a strategy right now. Max is doing building. We respond with radical calmness, and we set up a room that all students could come to that felt safe, where they could calm down, and they could predict the adult's response to them was going to be positive, connecting, and just really calm. Once we established that, then we could move away from just responding to actually teaching. So now everything we do, this is a classroom, the kids know that. It's about learning. We learn about emotion. So anybody who comes to Howard can feel that it's radically calm. We still have kids that are dysregulated, kids that are learning how to regulate,